My name is Shi, and I'm presenting for. Definitely, we're the second group. We are not group 2. We are group 1, the first and the best. And right. So, for me, it's just to present what our group has done for Berkeley Pharmaceutical, moving Berkeley Pharmaceutical from a state of metadata chaos to a trusted data estate. And the first thing we did was to identify what the problems are, and then to look at the root cause, doing the root cause analysis, and then what we discovered based on our stakeholder engagement, speaking with the different data stewards, was the fact that IT only was the custodian of the data. We have researchers, we have scientists, and every other person, but they are not responsible for the data. They do the work and they just pass the data to the IT guys to work on it. And the IT guys, they don't have any knowledge of the science behind it. So more like they are doing what they like, very decentralized system. And also the decision disconnected from scientific context, and then no master data management, no business process enforced, and at the same time, bottleneck and duplicate everywhere. So those are the issues. So that those are some of the issues and the problems that we discovered. Okay, and some of the top issues are based on the raw data we worked with that Ellen will be showing us later are these. I'll just mention some of them. We have duplicate ID, claim biomarker ID, duplicate hospital ID, duplicate investigators and stuff like that. And we prioritize this. We have some as critical and we have some as high, some of the issues. But looking at it from the angle of the 3 leg of data governance, we looking at it from the angle of the policy, the process, and the technology, we can see that there is clear violation from the 3 angles. In terms of the process, each department operates independently, no cross-system data standard. In terms of the policy, no data owners were appointed, no policy enforced, no escalation paths, and in terms of the technology as well, no MDN hub, just to mention that. So I'm talking about our proposal for the governance. We proposed the presented model and the 3-tier structure. And the reason why we did this, because this will give the business scientific agility, shift ownership to scientists, not just the IT who don't know anything about the real science of what they are doing, and also because regulatory compliance, scalability, and then we have NGN integrity. And this is just a pictorial representation of what we have based on the 3rd tier. The first tier is we have the data governance steering committee, where we have the CDO sitting, the head of R&D, the CCO, and all. So these guys, they are involved in the strategic and executive function of the business, such as vision, funding, and project. They meet every quarter. And we have the tier 2, where we have the Data Governance Council, which is where someone like myself, Data Governance Manager, someone like Helen, this is where we sit. And a bulk members of our team. This is what we do. We are not yet the CDO yet, but based on the training we've had, we can easily demonstrate and work as a data governance manager. And our work here is majorly tactical, and we're ensuring standard, resolving disputes, and we meet monthly. And under that, we have the data stewards. They are operational. They are the guys that really get the hand dirty. They do the major work. They are more into operation, and they meet daily, more like having a stand-up meeting daily, where they discuss issues, and they are into the data quality, glossary, guidance, and also site level enforcement. So one of the things we did here was to meet with some of the heads of the different departments to ensure that they identified and point us in the right direction for the data steward that we can work with. Okay, and so this is just like a rationale for the reason why we went the route of the federated. I will just quickly go through this. At the moment, the current state is decentralized, which is why we are having the issue we are having. So decentralized is out of the question. We cannot go decentralized. Centralized, for a big corporation like this, we cannot use centralized because we have 6 global sites. We have a central team. We still continue having the bottleneck like currently what we're having. Why federated? In federated, the policy is central, execution is local, and it is the only model that can resolve all the 5 structural gaps that we're having. And also, like I mentioned earlier, there will be regulatory compliance, we have MDN integrity, and also scientific agility. Okay. So for the business, why employing us, or why putting this model in place? Why trying to build standard into the data? Why not leave data baking pharmaceuticals the way it is? There are just 4 things we've highlighted: the regulatory risk, the financial and operational impact, the patient safety risk, and also the investment rationale. Looking at all of this, no good business will want to have all of this, because with these, they cannot function optimally. And looking at it from the angle of regulatory risk, they don't want to build their license as to what they expected to be doing. Okay, so this is showing out the MDN bulb that we implemented, and the idea was just to build, use a tool to build an MDN hub where we pull data from different domains, and then we got the golden record from where the business can have more like a repository for different outputs they want to engage in, maybe analytics, regulatory submission, data quality standard, or for reporting and stuff like that. This is just showing out the data quality dashboard before and after transformation. I know you might have a question about this. What we have done here is more like we are working back based on our current state, based on the data we have. You see the Excel sheet data, and then based on where we want to go. We are assuming that we were able to put in a data governance framework, and then we move completeness from 81.4% to 100, and accuracy from 80.8 to 96.4%, timeliness from 67 to 89.5%, and consistency from 65.1 to 96.2%. These are the quality dimensions, okay? And also, we worked on the DPIA, data privacy tool. Some of the things we did was pseudonymization, data masking, tokenization, aggregation. We can show, it's actually a very robust document that we can actually share with you. This is just more like a top level of what we've done in terms of DPIA. And it's important for you to understand our roadmap in terms of implementation. We've broken this into 4 phases based on the scenario presented to us, and then we have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 that spans through a period of 1 year, 12 months. And then for the first phase, it's going to be the governance foundation. This is where we try to understand the process in the business, and we try to understand the people as well, and so that we can have a good foundation in terms of the governance that we find to try to implement. And then in phase 2, we go into standardization and building the MDN hub, because this will help us remove the inconsistency and the data duplicate that is causing data chaos in pharmaceuticals at the moment. And phase 3, we go into the quality and the privacy. We have our remediation, put our DPIA in place, and also make sure that our data lineage is at 100%. That's very optimal. And then phase 4 will be a full data product delivery. Okay, so our KPI outcomes from the use case given to us. There are 5 major KPI that we needed to track. What we've done here, we just more like working back as well, just to show you what we have done. Like in terms of the reduction in duplicate patient ID, we're able to have a 92% reduction based on the acts given to us at the beginning. And also in terms of training and the literacy, we've developed a literacy pack. We have a robust document on that as well. And then we assume that with this, we're able to get 84% of the staff trained. And at the end of the day, this is the outcomes. Berkeley Pharmaceutical, moving from where they have a faster R&D cycle, about 40% faster. Regulatory compliance, they have a 100% understanding of their lineage that can be traced at any point in time. Operational efficiency, and then there's more trust for data. The top level manager can make better decisions, and also in terms of compliance and risk to compliance with regulation, that has been reduced. So the business is 100% compliant. So this last slide, just to cap everything off, I will move Berkeley Pharmaceutical from a state of metadata chaos to a trusted data estate. And we implemented the federated data governance. We put together in place an MDN hub to take care of the inconsistency and duplicate we have in the data. And also we have a standard put in place for data quality, working with the 5 different dimensions, the 6 dimensions, to ensure that we have a 96.5 average, and also in terms of the DPIA privacy, 100% compliant, and we put together a robust document for that. And then when you put all of these things in place and then the people are now trained, you can agree with me that you've done nothing. So we went ahead to take care of the data literacy by putting together a literacy pack, and then we were able to train 85% of the staff. The last thing I'm going to say here is the last text you can see on my screen, which is very important and key, and that will be my key message as I'm rounding up. Data governance is not a data problem, it is accountability problem, and we address it at every level. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I said it from the beginning of this course, right? You guys are on the ball, right? You got the memo and you have run with it perfectly. I am extremely proud of this squad. I spent 8 weeks, of my life in trying to guide you. Yeah, you have responded very well throughout the sessions. You asked questions. You came with questions. I remember we spent 2 weeks only on data quality, right? So that's great. Well done. And it has showed in your delivery. This is perfect. I don't have anything to say. Other than 1 second, please. Right. I don't have anything to say other than, I am so impressed. And I am very proud of all of you. And I'm sure that the future is very bright. Well done. Well done. Someone has a question. What's your question?